Hey up YouTube, down at one of my favourite marks. You should know what it is if you have, as soon as I said that. We're down at Bonkers Bank, or the Bench, or the Pirate Ship, or Meridian. Goes by many different names. Completely a pleasure session today. Not chasing anything, not hunting for anything. I've just come fishing with a couple of subscribers today. So, oh, where's my handle? Wave, Alan. Smile for the camera, Kyle. So yeah, come out, a bit of a pleasure session. Lovely day, bit of a cold breeze, but it'll calm down. Do you want to wave as well? Oh, then wave for the camera. Yeah, tide's just come in. We got here really early, and yeah, I think we've been sat here about 2 hours just gabbing. Literally just thrown out, no pressure. We're on fish baits, squid baits, crab baits. I mean, I'm not going to have you on. We're hoping for an early hound, but I don't think they'll come. Not today. There's a little bit of movement in the sea, which I'm happy to see. So I think, to be fair, we're hoping for bass. We'll see. We'll see what comes, eh? But I'll roll the intro, and I'll speak to you in a sec. Well, I'll talk from behind camera so we can watch the rod tips together. There is a bit of wind, so you might hear a bit of wind noise, but we'll, I'll do my best to try and edit it out. And I've got me snazzy mic that looks like old man's eyebrows when it comes into the corner, doesn't it, KFF? What have I sent out? Well, I'll tell you what, for my first send out, I sent out far, and I've actually not used a clip down rig. Well, I have on one of them, but I didn't clip it down. I've got a 3-up flapper just with some lug on. I went to go see George at Anglers and Danglers. If you are looking at coming and fishing Cleethorpes, Grimsby area, please do go check out George at Anglers and Danglers in Grimsby. If you Google it or Facebook it, he's there. You can message him, you can book your bait, you can ask him what he's got, what he's likely to have. If you're after ragworm, you do need to book well in advance for ragworm. But I must admit, I prefer, much against popular opinion, I prefer rag. I prefer lug. Whereas everybody else seems to fish with ragworm, but I never seem to have much joy with ragworm. Don't know why. There we go. We're off already. Little tap on the left-hand rod. It's got 3 hooks on it, so we'll let it develop. But there could have been a little flatty having a sniff then. I've got, on the left-hand rod, I've got a slightly rolling lead. It's one of the Shorecast leads, and it's slightly grippy, slightly rolly. It's I'll show you it when I bring it in. I love them. I think they're great. Great design. And tell you what, to say it's meant to be a 5 ounce, they're so small. But I'll probably switch that actually onto my distance rigging a little bit, because I can then do some off the ground casting with it. Yeah, there we go. It might just be seaweed on the line. A little bit of seaweed where the line's going into water. Might be seaweed. We'll leave it for now. I did kick the camera. Are you still in frame? Yeah. You guys know, everybody knows I like it here. It's a 6.9 tide at around about 6:30 this evening. Although the tide forecasts have not been that great with getting the tide times correct. But I've got to say, I'm well chuffed the weatherman got it right today. The wind is cold, but without it we'd have a completely flat sea. But it's still nice. It's still nice. Still lovely. Yeah, I think that was just some seaweed rubbing on the line. So fingers crossed for a bit of bass. Marcus is here as well, but he's always here. To be fair, it did take a bit of convincing to get him to come out today. And he very kindly bought the worm. So do go give him some support over at Pitch It and Cast on TikTok. He should be live right now, in fact. What a lovely day to be out, and what a lovely day to be out on one of my favourite locations. As I said in the last time I fished here, I don't know why, it just relaxes me here. Talking to Kyle, and he suggested something that I try and do in my videos, and the only drawback of it is my venue choices changes so frequently. But if you are interested in ever coming to meet me, find me on Facebook and message me. Or go to the About Me page on the YouTube channel and get my email address and send me an email. Or leave a comment. I was just explaining, as much as I would love to be able to reply to every message, every question, and every comment I get, I do always try and reply to the comments on every video. But I don't. Marcus is starting to see it now on his TikTok. You get a lot of people message saying, "Oh, can you message me when you're going out? Can you message me when you're doing this?" I'd love to be able to do that. I really would, but it's just not feasible. It's not feasible. I'd be spending all day on Facebook and YouTube and messaging people, and as much as I would love to, I'm sorry, there's not enough hours in the day. Like Marcus, he's a self-employed single man trying to build a business. Please do go back to the gin wall video at Blackpool, where I show his livery on the side of his van. Grade A plumber. Not just saying that because he's my mate. He takes so much pride in his work, making sure it's right. Not cheap, but the job will be done right. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have a direction for this rant to be going in, so I'm going to turn the camera off and I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, what did I turn you on to say? Oh yeah, I turned you on because I've reeled in, and yeah, there's a bit of weed going on. This is off one rig. Bit of weed going on. I'll put you on ambient and you can chill out for a bit. You alright? flatty brigade. I'm in the flatty brigade. Another place. Oh no, this is a flounder. Happy days. There we go, we're off the mark with a marked up. It is orange spotted, but it is a flounder. But we're off the mark. Happy days. Not big by any stretch of the imagination. What are we? 20, 25 centimetres at most. But we're off the mark. Let's get it back. You still recording? Right, yes you are. I'm going to turn you off for a little bit and yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit. Hopefully with something going on, eh? A little bit bigger, another flounder. Definitely, yeah, definitely a flounder. A little bit bigger, I'll get it put back. The only weird thing is the flounders seem to be coming at range. They're normally a close-in fish, so who knows? Not me. Just saying. Maybe he's baiting back up now. Hey up guys, thought I turned you off and you've been filming for the last hour. Here we are, number 3, species number 2, little dab, only tiny little thing, let's get it back. I did actually see that bite, but I've just cracked off. I've just sent a leaden rig to Spurn Point, but it's alright because what I'm doing is I'm planning on going there next week, so all I'm doing is pre-baiting. Get some worms back on this. did was on the multiplier that it overran. So, well, at least whatever's attacking your rigs is giving you clean hooks. Overran. User error, I took the mags too far off, I got a bit overzealous. Is that me picking this rod up, or did someone just have a go with that one? No, but I just said there were no lead on that. It didn't feel like there were lead on it. But it was. Right, anyway, this time I am going to turn you off and I'll see you in a bit. Oh, let's clean you off. You've got a bit... That's better. See my ugly mush now. Sure you're not overexposed. Right. Nothing else. Nothing's happening. It's all gone very quiet. Traditionally this fishes better on the ebb than it does on the flood. But I don't like to have an half-assed session, you know me. If these days now, if I'm going out, I want a day at it. It's gone very, very quiet. I've switched away from any flapper rigs, any small hooks, and I've just got two pennel rigs out now with size 2.0s on. I decided that if the end of the session was going to be a blank, if the back half of the session was going to be a blank, not that we've blanked today, you know, at end of day, flatties, not wrong with that, happy with that. Yeah, it's all gone right quiet, so I've just gone over to two pennel rigs. One's got squid and bluey on and one's got peeler on, and I'm only using up, before all of you start crying out, the smoothies aren't here yet, or at least at this stretch of beach. They may well not be, but these crabs, I think I've defrosted them about 4 times now, so I'm just using them up, I'm just getting them used up. And then once I'm through any open packets of bait, that'll be me calling it a night. I've used up all my worm. And for anybody that's fished with us here tonight, that's been the only thing that's caught. Apart from a lot of weed. So what I'll do is I'll put you back on the rods. We'll film a bit more ambient as the sun sets and it's a bit nice, and you know, all that kind of thing. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'm gonna fish for about another hour, I think. Unless something happens, unless somebody pulls in something. But we did know it were a bit of a gamble coming in today. We did know that the sea state wasn't that good here for a bass. It looked okay, but it just wasn't quite there. Not quite enough movement. It's weird to be getting flatties so far out, I will say that. It is very peculiar to be getting flatties, at least in my experience here, that far out. And I mean, we're talking probably 120, 130 yard out, we're getting flatties. Not going to cast much further than that. We've got a bit of a head-on wind, but the weed is starting to pick back up, so I'm thinking that that's going to spell an end to the session, to be honest, because I'm not fighting with it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not packing down yet. I'm not packing the camera down yet. I'll wait a bit longer, but if this weed picks back up, that'll be it from me. But we'll see what happens. Speak to you in a bit. I'll put you back on rod tips and we'll have a bit more ambient, even though I've already got like 3 hours of it. Got another one. I ain't fighting my way through this fucking weed again. Weird that the grip leg is struggling to hold, but the smooth shortcast leg is holding. How bizarre. I'm starting to get to grips with the shadow. It's a lot stronger rod than you think. A lot stronger. Not strong, stiff.
I've got half a crab left. I'm gonna stop checking out.
Well, that can stay off shore, you think?
Yeah.
You caught enough flatties today, have you? ladies and gents, it's that time of night. We're calling it a day. If folk comes in at last cast, as always, there'll be a poster, a picture on screen. But you've got to be in it to win it, ain't you? You've got to have a go. If you're not fishing if you sat at home and watching your TV or in pubs. So I'd rather be doing this than any of them. So lovely day. Nice to meet Alan. Nice to meet Kyle. I didn't catch your name, but the young lad that came down with Kurt. Apologies, I didn't catch your name. Really nice young man. Pleasure to meet you. I'm only fishing since November, and he's had his PB is a £6.5 bass. Well done. Right guys, I'm going to pat down the camera. Tight lines, stay safe. I'll see you later.